where to emigrate in 2025. If you're thinking about emigrating, leaving Germany, leaving Austria, just getting away, or maybe you've already emigrated but you're not satisfied or it's just not working out. Maybe the country you're in right now just doesn't fit you 100%. Maybe because of the mentality, the weather, or the tax situation. In this video, I want to help you a bit with your decision making. I've been living myself for 15 years on Cyprus, the Mediterranean island of Cyprus in the eastern Mediterranean, which is, as you know, divided. We have a Greek part and a Turkish part. I live in the Greek part in the Republic of Cyprus. And in this video, I'd like to share my experiences and explain why Cyprus personally appeals to me so much. It's such a great fit for me as my main place of residence and for the way I want to live my life. And the big advantage that Cyprus offers for expats is, first of all, it's within the European Union. That means you can register your residence in Cyprus relatively easily. You have freedom of movement within the EU, so you have the opportunity to register yourself quite simply at first. Another very significant advantage is that people speak English. 80% of people in Cyprus really speak good English. You can get by wonderfully with English. You can communicate just fine in English. You don't have to know Greek. Of course, it's great if you learn it and use it, but it's not a must. You can communicate wonderfully in English. In fact, English is actually an official language in Cyprus. Yes, so communication is absolutely possible. Another important point is the mentality of the people. The Cypriots are very hospitable, very warm and open. And it's just fun to have conversations with Cypriots. They're really a great kind of people. And I think that's also a super important aspect. People are also very helpful. If you have a car breakdown or something, you won't have to wait even 2 minutes before someone comes to help you without expecting anything in return. But simply because people are so nice, open and helpful, you really have to say. Another important reason is the infrastructure. You have a really, really great infrastructure. 100, 200 megabit internet is standard in Cyprus. So even a 1 gigabit connection is absolutely possible. 5G is available everywhere. So the network coverage, but also the fiber optic supply is extremely good on the island, but also the road network. You have highways connecting every major city to the others. So you can get from A to B very, very easily. Also, things that are a given for us Europeans, but not everywhere in the world. Things like having water and electricity 24 hours a day are a matter of course, and these things are available in Cyprus. So you have a very good European infrastructure. You're also well connected via Larnaca airport in particular, but also Paphos as a smaller airport. So you have many direct flights to Central Europe, to Frankfurt, Munich, Zurich, Vienna, and accordingly, you also have a very, very good connection to Central Europe so that you can easily combine things like going home, visiting family, or similar trips whenever you want. And you're not somewhere far away in South America with 1 or 2 layovers or something like that. The journey is really short from Germany, for example, to Cyprus. Then another very important point is the expats. There is a large expat community in Cyprus, which of course makes emigrating even easier. Yes, because you find like-minded people. Yes, for example, if you don't speak English very well, or if you simply like to be around Germans, you'll easily find a large German-speaking community on the island. That, of course, makes emigrating much, much more pleasant and easier. You don't even feel like you're really far away, depending on where exactly you are. Instead, you simply have the opportunity to build friendships with other German speakers and, of course, with internationals as well. And that really makes a huge difference, that you just have a great network. Of course, there are also many very nice, pleasant locals, but also this international environment that you find in Cyprus. Then there's also a very important point. It's the diversity, the nature. You have beaches, both sandy beaches and rocky ones, and sometimes even cliffs. You have mountains, and in some places you even have lakes in the mountains or reservoirs. There are very barren landscapes, but you also have very green areas and even forests in some places. In the Paphos region, in the mountains, you even have very large forested areas. So the diversity is it's incredible in Cyprus when it comes to nature. And the island is also big. That means you don't get island fever so quickly or anything like that. But the island is big enough that you can drive for 2 or 3 hours by car across it without having immediately made a full circle, so to speak. So the size of the island is also absolutely crucial, as is the diversity. Another important point is simply the availability of services is exceptionally good, truly outstanding in every aspect. It is indeed a profoundly service-oriented society where convenience is paramount. For instance, you can easily have your car professionally washed, and finding skilled craftsmen for various tasks such as plumbing or electrical work is remarkably straightforward and efficient, or cleaning staff and so on and so forth. So services are generally readily available. You don't have endless waiting times or severe staff shortages or anything like that in certain industries. Fortunately, Cyprus has been spared from that so far, so you can really benefit from this great range of services. And I think this mix, this overall package, is what makes the difference at the end of the day. What else comes to mind? For example, the quality of food in the restaurants is very, very good. So you can eat fantastically well in Cyprus. You have an incredible selection of restaurants, all kinds of cuisines, from local Mediterranean food, whether it's meat, seafood, or vegan, to Indian, ramen, or generally Asian-inspired, yes, sushi, and so on. So you have an amazing variety and always at a very, very high level. Honestly, it's just incredible. Great restaurants, that's definitely part of it as well. Of course, there's nightlife in Cyprus too. So in the end, it's this mix that makes all the difference in Cyprus. And that's what, for me personally, makes Cyprus the perfect country to emigrate to. And maybe not unimportant either, Cyprus is also very, very interesting from a tax perspective. You actually have extensive tax benefits and exemptions as an expat when you come to the island. You are tax exempt for 17 years on, dividend distributions and interest income. You also have a low corporate tax rate of only 12.5%. So even if you're an entrepreneur, if you run a business, you get massive tax relief in Cyprus. So that's also very, very exciting and very interesting. So if you're thinking about moving to Cyprus or would like more information, you can book a free initial consultation with me or a team member. And you'll find under the video a link where you can sign up. Don't worry, it's not a sales pitch. It's about giving you tips and advice to help you on your way. Of course, we're also happy to present our range of services and would be delighted to support you with your move or your business startup in Cyprus. I want to sincerely thank you for your attention and wish you all the best. Thank you very much and see you soon. Yours, Florian Wilk.